Hi everyone, I am Yashwant Ponaganti, and today I'm going to show you guys Lendr. So, most of the college students own things that spend 90% of their time unused: a textbook after finals, a suit after recruiting season, a tent after camping trips, or gaming consoles during summer break. Lendr turns those underused items into resources that other students can borrow, save money while borrowing, and while helping owners earn extra money. So, for example, imagine Shruti has an statistics exam next week and needs to get a graphing calculator. Buying one costs over $100, and it's very expensive these days. So instead of buying it and using it for a few days, she can open Lendr, you know, rent the calculator from another student who's in the same campus in the same school, and get the function out of the calculator while only spending $5. And this can be done through requests, and they can arrange meetups through the built-in chat app that I've built into this platform. So at the same time, Jake has a suit hanging in his closet, which he only wears like once a semester or once a year, right? So instead of letting it sit unused, he can list it on Lendr, and he earns a couple of bucks. While another student needs a formal wear for interview or a networking event. So the list goes on essentially. You can use it for chemistry textbooks that you might only use it for one semester. You can use it for a suit for a career event. You can get rent a mini vacuum or a sweep to clean your room, or a calculator, or like if you want to hang out with your friends and you want badminton rackets, you can lend it and get it from this platform. So this is essentially Lendr, and this is the onboarding screen. So you can see it's a cool UI. So it's essentially a peer-to-peer rental marketplace built specifically for college students. So Lendr makes the process easy by combining listings, borrowings, requests, messaging, and meetup coordination all in one app. So this is the onboarding pages. And for now, I made it only for security concerns, so not a lot of people can get on the platform, and I want to restrict it only to college students. I'm gonna add a list of college students that college students can only access. So this platform is specifically for college students. So that's there is a login page. Let me show you that. There is a login page. It automatically recognized that my Chrome ID is in, but there will be a pop up where it'll ask you to log in, and you can essentially only log in through your edu or like school email. And right now I have it open for everyone, but that's like a feature that I already incorporated, but I took it off just so you guys can get on the platform and like try it out or something. So I am a computer science major and mathematics, right? And what am I into? I'm into pretty much anything, man. I want free cheap stuff. And this is very very optional. You can actually put anything. But I'm gonna skip for now. I'm gonna skip the phone number for now. And the card details too. I don't have Stripe incorporated yet, but I want to make the transactions between the students on the app as well. Short bio. I like cool stuff. So this is essentially the home page. As you can see, I've filled the app with some temporary like seating, unused and like temporary items to essentially look through. So this is like a formal dress. I can request to borrow. I can say, I want it tomorrow. I want it for 2 days. Blah blah blah. I can send a request. Right? It says the request was sent. I can go back. So once inside, users can browse through items that students have listed. So this is going to be specifically to your college campus. So when you put on the onboarding screen, there will be another screen asking for your college campus, and you have to specifically mention what college you're going to. And we support a variety of categories: textbooks, as I shown you, textbooks, electronics, dorm essentials, formal wear, blah 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 blah. So users can filter through listings. They can kind of see through it. You can browse, right? You can filter. See dorm. There's for some reason a dog. It's formals. You can get suits, that sort of thing. Sports equipment. I don't have any temporary variables, temporary data, but you can rent a campus bike for $5 per day, and that's pretty cool. So users can search and filter the listings by campus, and I have in the SQL database I also incorporated like this PostGIS library that sorts the items by proximity as well. So making it easier for people to rent items very nearby to each other. So if I want to rent out something I own, I can create a list by uploading, for example, right? This is the profile page. So I can actually, I said to borrowed because I requested to borrow two, but I can also, say I want to add a suit that I have myself, right? And then I'd be like, oh, suit. This is formal, right? And say I do, let's say $10. This is campus. This is optional, but I have incorporated this feature as well. So the location is tagged. So the PostGIS library on the other side, on the other users, they can actually get it. So the suit is now available. So that's my listing. So on this other screen, this is another account that I have that I created. That's my burner account. This is a temporary other account. So you can see the database pulls. The other account pushes it to a SQL server, Postgres SQL server on Supabase, and I can essentially request to borrow. And I can say, tomorrow I want it for just one day, suit for formal interview event. Right. Now, on the other side, on the other screen, you can actually see that my chat, it pops up as suit for informal event. And I'd be like, hi, thank you for reaching out. And on my messages, you can see I have the chat app built in. I can be like, oh, is this still available? I can be like, I can refresh. I go back. Yes. Here is my location. Come get it. So I can share my current location, or I can share, nearby location. So, it's not like a privacy issue for the student. So I'm gonna press, nearby location, and actually I'll just share my current location, and it sends a Google Shared Maps request. If I refresh, it'll pop up, and it just shared my location. So and then I can open Google Maps, and this is completely built on React and Expo. I've built it for all three platforms: iOS, Android, and web. So right now I'm using the web version for the demo purposes, but it can work anywhere. So the photos are essentially stored in Supabase storage, and the listings become available as for other students to discover. And suppose I find a calculator that I need for a week, I can send a borrow request, set a rental rate. The backend automatically calculate the total cost based on the daily price, and from there the request follows the life cycle as I just showed. Pending, approved, returned, or declined and cancelled. So as requests move through these states, item is available items availability is automatically like changed. So if I say yes and accept, it'll automatically like take it off the listings. And there's also, as I shown, the messaging and meetup coordination, which is really nice. And on the technical side, the front end authenticates users directly through Supabase Auth, and that communicates through a custom REST API that I expressed REST API that I built and deployed to AWS Lambda, and I hooked it up with API gateway, AWS API gateway. So the backend is essentially serverless. So it the front end calls Superbase auth. The authentication request is given to Lambda. Lambda has a session pooler, or like Superbase has a session pooler that calls Lambda back and forth, and Lambda essentially calls the database to access all these, photos, items listings, and so on and so forth. And I said the Superbase has a PostgreSQL and PostGIS for location tracking and location based queries. So the future improvements the project includes. So the request, I said incoming. On this side, I can press approve, and when I press approve, it'll be off the site. So on the other screen, you can be like, oh, I just the request was approved, so it's off the database, off the listings. And I can press mark as returned, right? And it'll come back when I refresh. Yep. So the project essentially includes foundations for several upcoming features. The push notifications has been prepared and only need to be connected to like a delivery service. So right now it's like messages pop up and be shown, but like the notification of it on the web, on the apps, essentially on iOS and Android, has not been set up yet. And database includes rating systems that's already working. So I suggest please try it out. This I'm trying to cut the video short, so it's easier to upload and easier for you guys to see what I did build. But please check it out. It's open for everyone, so I highly suggest you use it as well. So in summary, Lendr helps build students save money and reduce waste and make better use of resources that are already existing on campus. So by combining a trusted student community with rentals, messages, and location sharing, Lendr creates like a simple, convenient way for you and for your other classmates to help one another. So thank you, and I'd be happy to answer any questions. So please message me. Um, Thank you so much. And I will also have Google Slides available to specifically show you what tech stack I'm using. Thank you. Have a good day.